Hello there once again. This time we've got a Cobra 21X FM open for repair. Oh, it's got a bar out on the display. Oh no, it hasn't. It was between channels. And it actually says on the ticket, works but not right. It's come with a mic, we're providing a power lead. Nice dent in the speaker grill. So we'll go through this with you. Continuing with the video now, there was something I immediately spotted, and that was that the microphone was wired with one of those cheap plastic DIN plugs, and it was wired wrongly. So what I've done is to fit one of our metal plugs. These are Nutrix products. They're not cheap, they're about £2.90, which is certainly a lot more than the 15p those plastic ones are, but these are the highest quality ones that I'm able to find. And there's a part number on there. What's that? NYS322G. And so these are Nutrix. So that's the type of thing. Hold it around the bench, we might even get it into focus. These have got gold-plated pins. There's nothing worse, and you've got to see in a damp environment like a car. And the pins tarnish on an ordinary plug, and then you've got intermittent on the mic audio. So we'll put that back in, and we'll start with the transmit. If Stuart from Grantham's watching, this is a black trimming tool, and this is the one I was talking to you about. We very slightly shape the end on these. I'll just zoom in again, because even as these come, you see we've just made a little taper on the, it's a bit bent that, rather than the other end which hasn't been modified. Right, okay, back to the radio. First transmit coil. We'll take the VCO as done because it's still sealed. The test point is next to jumper 3, and you'd have to access it from the other side on this particular one. You'd set it on channel 40, it'd be test point to ground, and then you'd be adjusting L116 for 2.5 volts, and then checking on receive that the on channel 1 that it falls between 2 to 4 volts. Right, so transformer 1 is that one. Oh well, it's gone straight over to 5 watts. I'll tell you what, that's brought it to even more 5 watts. Transformer 2, which is 109. See that fine. Next transformer is 108. Then it's the open coil one just there, which is 110. And then what we're going to have to do is melt the wax in number 5. Then I'll use my yellow tool just tidy that one back up, and then finally this 115 next to the antenna socket there, just melt the wax in that, and then we need to bring it back down to 4 watts, which is there. So just to point these out again: the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then finally adjust the power with the last one. Well, this is a good example, isn't it? I mean, look at all those sets which we struggle to get 3.5 watts out of, and having to turn it down from 5.5. Right. Next, we need to make sure the I've not soldered the speaker lead, and the last thing you want to do is to strain the speaker. Continuing with the Cobra 21, having disconnected the speaker, I'm just looking at the meter. We're going to transmit. It's just under the 4, so we do need to adjust that. And it is preset RV103, and RV103 is that one there. That's now spot on the 4. So now we'll go for the deviation. Switch the other camera on. It's on the right hand monitor. A funny trace. Okay, so we're looking at we're wanting 2.5 deviation, and that's doing 1.5, so it needs to come up, and the preset is RV105, which is just there. Now we'll just go and do the whistle test. Wallow. Just a fraction more. There we go. Now I'll just check it when I've taken the tool out. There we are. That's spot on. So that was a bit quiet. It's funny how they said to me, it works, but it's not quite right. Yeah, I mean, things like that make all the difference. But the mic was wired wrongly, so I find these things strange. Okay, so does low power work is the next question. So we're looking at 0.4 of a watt. And I've got 0.1 of a watt. The low power setting on these radios is RV102, and RV102 is that one there. It could be that that's dirty, it can happen. They've got silver plated components on these, and it can tarnish. That's set up nicely now. There we go, 0.4 of a watt. Oh, just checking it's on frequency. Should be 27.79125, and it's 27.79100. So it's just dropped slightly with age, which is normal. Although that's within acceptability, I'll adjust it. I think I'll just put the other camera back on, and you can just see the frequency counter. Ah, you can't quite see the frequency counter. So we're adjusting CT 201, I think it says, which is the 10.24 oscillator crystals trimmer. Now the maximum it will go up to is 79120, which is fine. It's dropping with age of 30 years old, that's fine. Right, that concludes the transmitter, and we'll see you again with the receive side of this set.